Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is an off-the-cuff stream that I was thinking about after watching Kid Rock and his review and response to Budweiser. Bolo is in the house. Good to see Bolo out of Canada. We've got David Smith is back. Mile High Ronin. Good to see you. We live in a clown world, folks. Clown World for 300 Trebek. I do like how Sandman says Clown World. Clown World. It's great. We got old Christian Henney. It is late. Sometimes I try to do earlier broadcasts, but for my European brethren, Rev is back. Rev is the guy that we all aspire to be. He's out retired from his job and he's living life on his pension that he earned very well, and he's killing it. Maybe that's too much I said, but he's out visiting areas and moving forward with life. Good to see you, Rev. By the way, I'm going back up to my sister's house for Easter, as we did last year when you were in town. Mr. E is in the house. Good to see you. Tell me where you're from again. This might be another E. Sometimes the handles change, and it's very interesting. So anyhow, Clown World, we live in Clown World. We live where men wear makeup. Women apparently have male appendages, or men have women parts. Men can menstruate. I just read that article today. Transformers used to be cool toys that my little brother used to grow up with. I think Optimus Prime was one of them. And he had all the cool little combinations of cars and robots and so forth. But now Transformers, we know them by different traits, by different, structure and ththings like that, through hormonal changes. Clown World for 300 Trebek. I just was out here, I thought I would go off. Anyhow, I don't know if you guys have seen the Kid Rock response to Budweiser. So apparently Budweiser, it's woke now, just like Nike, and good to see Mile High Ronin from Europe. Just like Nike, just like Amazon, just like Apple. Who else? Gillette, remember, was it Gillette or Procter & Gamble that did the whole shaving, teaching the Transformer to shave or what have you, and it backfired. Now we have a beer company built by a German immigrant named Anheuser, what was his name? Gustav Anheuser or something like that. Comes to the United States, immigrates, brings his beer recipe from Germany, creates it into a mega monolith, one of the biggest brands ever. And now they have a spokesperson who is a Transformer, and has a face on the can. The person's name is Dylan Mulvaney, and the person has a can based on his transformation into a, let me see if I can say this right. The transformation from the biological sex that this person was born with into the biological sex she now identifies with. I wouldn't use other terms. I want to be respectful, but, can you believe it? Budweiser. Budweiser is beer that they use during the auto workers, the guys that do the pole, what do you call it? Linemen's, HVAC guys, all sorts of guys. This is a beer built for the worker, the strong man. And now we're seeing a complete shift. I want to know who is switching all of this up. We've got the Sentinel listening to the Kid Rock song, Don't Tell Me How to Live. You got to watch that full video of Kid Rock. It's 59 seconds, and he tells you what he thinks of Budweiser's decision with a piece of cold metal in his hands. David Smith, truly is madness out here, and I'm not hopeful about it changing anytime soon. No. I don't see it changing anytime soon. I mean, look who we have in the government. The government is full of all sorts of colors of the Skittles. If you act, you can really, I think that if you wanted to work for the government, the United States government, or even Canada, if you went through a transformation, you would get the job. If you identified as a furry, you'd get the job. If you had blue or green hair with fishing tackle in your face, you would get the job with no merit. Hell yeah, I had a great time up there. Tell them I said hi, definitely be back in Utah this summer. Attaboy, Rev. Oh, Christian says, Rad, have you heard Eddie Furlong, the kid from Terminator Judgment Day, got into an abusive relationship with a 29-year-old woman. He was 14. Be very careful who you associate with. That goes for men and women. Definitely. Another flag in the road of guys driving the red pill highway. You got to be careful. You got to know the risks and the rewards. JR's in the house. Good to see you, brother. It's been a while. Kid Rock sold his soul for rock. I do like Kid Rock. I think he aligns with how I think. Now, do I have anything by Kid Rock? I don't. But if I ever get a Kid Rock itch, I go to YouTube and listen to a few of his songs. The woke culture can destroy what it touches. Terminator T-800. That is the truth right there, folks. I don't know anything about his daughter, Christian. But I'm sure he's had multiple issues with relationships. He obviously did get with Pamela Anderson, which that should have been the biggest red flag of all. A broken man can be fixed. A broken woman cannot be fixed, says Europe. I think it's very difficult for a lot of people to change, especially ladies. I could be wrong. Mile High says sterile water and great honey and a pinch of champagne yeast. Also patience 5 to 6 weeks, and he gets a nice cup of mead, also known as ambrosia, and also known as the oldest alcohol in existence. Even before wine, let me tell you a quick story. The word honeymoon was based on a gourd of mead. A gourd, you know, those like pumpkin type things that 10 million years ago, they would give a newlywed couple a robe and some sandals and a big old jug of mead. And they would go away for a month and drink this damn mead. It was probably 99% alcohol. And they come back and they kick it. Anyhow, thanks for that, Mile High Ronin. That deal. We got Polska out delivering. Polska, what's going down? Samantha P is in the house. I don't think I've been on a couple streams with Samantha P. She seems to frequent quite a few of the streams. Good to have you. Leonardo DiCaprio. What's good with you, brother? I'll tell you what's the greatest thing about Leonardo DiCaprio. Every 5 months, he rinses and repeats. And now all the women, I've seen a bunch of articles about Leo, all the ladies are getting mad at him because he's what, 48? He dates 20-year-olds, and they don't like that. They don't like biology. Biology says men love fertile younger women. That's how we are. That's why over time and over centuries and thousands of years, 60-year-old men would bed with 20-year-olds to obviously extend their seed and their biology. That's how we're programmed. Jawara is back. I am a little late, but I know we're here to hang out with Rad. Singletown Bachelor is back. Check out Singletown's channel as well. He's got some good little clips. Appreciate the brevity of his clips. Sometimes you can say a lot in very little time. Here's a woke today and Transformer Madness in Norway says the girl is trying to egg so she can get pregnant. It's really, geez. I look back and I'm like, what are we doing? I can't imagine younger boys today, 18 to 25, what they're dealing with. If they even open their mouth up in disagreement, they're going to be canceled. Getting some popcorn real quick to watch the decline of society. Get extra butter and barbecue sprinkles on that as well. The Terminator series was ruined because of the woke culture. How about the Matrix series? You know, the creators of the Matrix, the Wachowski brothers, became the Wachowski sisters. You think that had anything to do with it? I'm just chilling at home, streaming with Ike at 10 p.m. Check out Bob's channel tonight. He's going to be streaming old school. They want him for themselves, but no eggs. Like hammers, no eggs. I love that. My ex-family members are spying on me and looking me down. Why, Rad? Because they see you're happy. Remember, when you're happy and you're on your purpose, people get upset. Misery loves company. I hate these self-improvement videos on YouTube. Men have to be high value to get women. It's like a job interview to do the self-improvement for yourself and not for ladies. Yep. I can exactly feel that way, Europe. I don't feel that way anymore, but I can see men. Why do we have to do all this work to get this like mediocre piece of peace leaf that's going to monkey branch and uses fake hair extensions and so forth? For what? Good to see everybody. We do live in soy society. Guys, whatever you do, do not be eating soybeans, edamame at Japanese restaurants. Anything that's soy, you'll get man boobs. Brother Full Spectrum crying wolf daily. Same with Jeremiah Babe. I just listened to Jeremiah Babe today. He's like, take all your money out of the banks. Where's it going to go? I mean, this is what I would think. I'm not a financial person, but if I gave you some advice, I'd just invest in the Dow Jones Industrial Average. It takes, the best companies that are performing, and it gives you 10 to 12% over the last 60 years. That's the best thing to do. Or if you're right now, Amazon's 40% off. Buy Amazon at $100 a share. It'll probably be worth $150 by year end. This is not rocket science. People think it's rockets. Now, if you're trading multi-million, $100 million, $1 billion worth of stock, you need algorithms and computers that are so fast and efficient and so powerful, nobody can keep up with it except they're the big firms, JP Morgans and those folks. Terminator woke. Everything's woke. Disney's woke. Right? There's Bob's channel for the stream tonight. All right, brother. See if I can jump on that. I'm supposed to hang out with my boy, but he's just chilling. He got off work. He worked a long day today. It's spring break out here. And the poon is also fake. Just don't go to Thailand, whatever you do. And I have been seeing, when you go on YouTube Shorts or whatever, and you kind of flip through them, there's some fun things, some skateboarding, some mountain bike crashes, some crazy dog that's rescued from a cat in a tree or whatever. But you see like, for some reason, Thailand was getting in my feed. And then it went from Thailand, cool stuff about Thailand, to Thailand ladyboys. And I'm like, what the hell is this? I'm telling you, they're pushing an agenda. Maybe they know that, Rad is all about toxic masculinity and they're trying to like soften me. Who knows? But YouTube knows a lot of stuff about you. The Matrix 1, 2, 3 is the best. 4 was abusive. I did not see the fourth one. I want to do it just to see what's in it, but who knows? Lots of women physically abuse their men and get no consequences for their actions. We men just talk to women and can get blanked by false alligators. What a clown show. Yeah. Apparently, I heard today from my friend that Canada now has an anti-transformer law. So if you misgender somebody, you can be fined up to $25,000. And if there's any Canadians in the house, let us know, as well as jail time. BOA will only let me withdraw $1,000 a day. Bank of America for $300 Trebek. Timmy Kramer echoing great late vention. Don't get married. Good to see Timmy. Timmy was out riding the slopes today. What were you guys doing? The woke culture's origin, I believe, started from misguided men trying to please women. Well said, Terminator. Men has literally destroyed society by either caving in to the whims and the demands of our counterparts or by trying to be the nice guy. The nice guy is a pandemic. The nice guy is the most dangerous guy in the world. Oh, but Rad, why do you say that? The nice guy is out to please people. Until he doesn't get the validation that he needs to by pleasing people, he internally combusts and goes nuts. Well said, Terminator. That's a great comment right there. Eddie Furlong was ruined by blank women, let that sink in. She became a teacher. It's a different world when that happens. If it's an older woman, younger man versus a older man, younger woman, yep. 300 grand mattresses seems insane. Yeah, I don't know. What does Jeremiah Babe do for a living? Is he in real estate or something? Bob Marley, no woman, no cry. He was right. I add that to pure peace and you can live on your terms. Here's the deal. We don't hate women. I don't know if I've got to go through this a lot to, talk about what we really think. We navigate life by understanding both male nature and female nature. It's as simple as that. When you digest the red pill, you also learn more about the government. You learn more about financial careers. You learn about the educational system. You learn about the hive mind thinking. You learn about programming through the media, through television, through TV, through radio. You begin to see things to continue with the narrative, right? We don't hate. And if you do hate women, you give power to women, just so you know. I'm not seeing Matrix 4. I'm not seeing that crap, says Single Town Bachelor. I mean, I'd have to be really bored out of my mind. Mile High Ronan, I miss Ozzy, the F-off thing. I love Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Actor John Connor lived with sadness. And the earlier Terminators are cool. I saw the condensed reviews for the new Matrix. From what I saw, they did Neo dirty. Well, the Wachowski brothers became the Wachowski sisters. That might have something to do with it. Red Pill Lens, laying it down to Chinatown. The only winning move is not to play. I would agree with that statement. I also say I win every game I play, especially with ladies, because I've decided that I know exactly what I'm going to get and what I want in life. And that is more important. What I want in life, what I want to go, what I want to do is more important than any person. Even my kids. My kids are off doing their thing. Europe says, I'm married to the gym and my air fryer, 3 million air fryer for 3 million Trebek. Can you cook bacon in an air fryer? I hear you can. Gone with John is back. Guys, check out, him and I need it. Gone with John, you need to send me an email, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail.com. Let's set something up. He's got a great channel too. So you guys subscribe to him. He's got some good stuff. I saw one of your shorts today. Gone with John. James Cameron is kicking around ideas for Terminator 7. Oh, James Cameron. There you go. He's a lib. I hate what women are capable of and how they abuse men, the system we created. Well, they're not penalized for using the system. That would be the best way. They're actually encouraged to use it. The man is penalized. Arvero is back. Good to see you, brother. Get Free says, I'm still here in Colombia. The women here are hot as blank, but I don't trust them, and I would not trust them either, my friend. Get some arequipe for me and some bandeja paisa and some Aguila Light. He'll know what I'm talking about. FES, Female Entitlement Syndrome for 300 Trebek. Mr. E says, the new Matrix was horrible. I saw it. Yeah, I didn't think it would be that good. I own some Amazon. I first bought it 20 some years ago at 16 a share, but sold it at 100. My mother, on my advice, bought $500 worth at the same time. And now she's got 100 grand. I am John. Good to see you, brother. Tesla is what, 30% down? Amazon's down. Apple's down. You can make probably 20% off those stocks. Today, JB said to buy an expensive safe and put all you've got in it. Oh, that's funny. Europe says, I'm now 3 years divorced and my money is just going up without a wife. With my ex-wife, I had no money. Of course, nagging and complaining is what's on the plate for dinner. Right? Oh, Christian says, saw Matrix. It's bad. No thanks. I think a lot of those people are thinking that. To all brothers in the chat, take care of your health. Your health is everything. Without it, you can do nothing. Well said. And not only physical health, but your mental and emotional health is huge. Again, the only way to get past these issues, and I bring it up all the time ad nauseum, is to move your energy. It's as simple as that. If you don't move, you're going to affect your physical, your emotional, your mental, your spiritual, most likely your financial. So move, and then work on your body, then work on your mind and your motion. If you don't have the strength, solid stock advice, Rad. I like the Dow Jones. I do too. I mean, look, find a group of a fund that's done well and go from there. Now, what I'm saying, let me come back here. You got to work on your mental, emotional health. If you're physically unable to move, let's just say you're very heavy or you have some medical conditions, well, the best thing you can do is your diet and fasting, right? Cut out a lot of the carbs. That's the processed shit, the sugar. Cut that shit out. And then fast. And once you get down, you start feeling better, drinking more water, then you begin the physical. But the emotional, mental thing, which is, hey, where do we go from here? Up. If anybody listens to this and goes down, there's something wrong. And if anybody's having those issues, you can always reach out to me or anybody else in this chat. He does want to milk the series. Absolutely. Mr. E says, James Cameron was the director of Terminator. Now he's yes, he is anti-male. Well said, Mr. E. Women in psychology. Women, you can't fault them and you can't change it. This is the thing. Men want to change it. You can't. How are you going to change it? It's biology. We just accept it. My eye says you ain't lying in Europe. Men are true romantics. Women become feminized and walked away from traditionalism. I mean, there are some, again, I give 1% to 2% of women that are decent women out there, but they're very difficult to find. And most men that find them will go overboard, and then the woman will dump him because he doesn't understand masculinity. But again, this is not a dating or a marriage channel. Is it true that half of all women don't have 500? You would be surprised, Joara. You'd be surprised. I would say less than 1,000. Gained fat when I was suffering. Well, a lot of us do. A lot of guys eat. A friend of mine was paying off a mortgage with his partner. However, he did not sign the mortgage documentation. She left him and took everything and left him with little. Let this be a lesson, gents. Oh, it happens all the time. Realist Vision, good to see you. Study women. Watch them spend carelessly. Most will end up living in a van down by the river. Chris Farley. Timmy Kramer. Good for you. By 1:30 tomorrow. Awesome, brother. Tell me how it goes. You doing a dry fast or a hard fast? Or a soft water fast? If you can do a dry fast, oh man, that's great. Mateos, good to see you. Obrigado for being here. It's been a long time, brother. I was designed to get my depressive on my ex by not getting married and getting cucked. Guys, even if you do get cucked, they're going to walk all over you. They do have that need to shop. Singletown Bachelor says, unplug yourself from the system by land. And what I'm doing here right now, I'm driving up to my plot of land and working on it. Yeah, keep yourself busy. Do something productive. Assets. Mark LeDuc says, I just met a single mom, tried to listen to her tell me about the explosion of bad decision that is her life and couldn't stand it. Holy hell. Back to the grind, rebellion. Guys, single moms are good for one thing. I'm not going to tell you what it is. And that would follow the 3 throws and you're done. 90% of men are just focusing on women. Don't be thirsty. Chase your goals and ignore women. Modern women are brainwashed. You have to prove to her that you are the right deal with the clown. Hey, you can't prove it. This is funny. Yeah. Okay. So let's just say the man has been leveled in terms of the woman is on the pedestal. We have to gain her trust and her desire. And then what? You have to keep proving. It's like a test. Why would any man want to do that when he knows the final outcome will be hypergamy? Single moms. There are some valid single moms that might have left a man because he was an abusive drunk, beat the shit out of him, was a druggie, spent all the money, financially devastated him, beat the kids. All right, we get that. But a woman that leaves a man because she's unhappy, this is the woman we're talking about. That has 4 kids in tow. You just don't do that. I would rather be alone in a peaceful state than being with a combative woman bringing chaos. Terminator T800. Paul says that in Corinthians 2,000 years ago, but well said, brother. Jawara, you got to believe that, my man. Women are the number one spenders they spend the most money. They spend 9/10 of all money in the world on every given year that we cycle the sun. The department store is 90% geared to women. Amazon, 90% geared to men or to women. They have huge makeup and jewelry stores and perfume stores, Sephora, Ulta, huge in malls, Victoria's Secret. So they do cater to women. And again, if you want to start a business, nut and bolt, Mr. E, there you go. If you want to start a business, cater to women, how they can look younger, how they can receive more attention, more validation. Some idiot friend would say having sexless relationships are healthy. Yeah, I have a buddy that's like, yeah, him and his wife don't have sex, but maybe twice a year. David Smith. Attaboy. Passport bros are not winning. They're getting used. Women are using them. And when the money is gone, she will leave. Exactly. We try to warn people. If you're going to go overseas, stay at a resort with other foreigners that are traveling too. That is your best option. Be aware of the risk. Risk is rising, says Bolo. Well said, brother. Bolo, you're in Canada. What do you think of that anti-law against using the wrong pronouns? Women don't respect, including themselves, especially if they have the internet. Well, if they have the internet, that's their boyfriend, that's their husband, that's their best friend. You will never compete with the internet. Does not matter when you're a beta male, friends are trying to piss you off, dump their friendship now like you're the ex. You're the ex. Yeah. Absolutely. I feel for men like Bill Clinton. Can you imagine being married to that Shrek? You know, I wish Bill Clinton would have made better decisions with the gals he got with. They were all fugly. Hypergamy is worldwide. Ain't that the truth? The ones who properly hit the female vanity make a lot of money. If you can help a woman look younger, sexier, skinnier, more youthful, and it could be anything. It could be damn stocking cap. So you put a stocking cap on in the winter and it helps you get younger. They'll buy it. Arvera, what's the difference between spending it there or here? There you go. You might get a little bit of a cheaper experience if you don't spend it all on them. But in the end, the women take it. Passport bros beheaded by the cartel in the favelas. Yes, they do. Guys, people don't understand. A lot of these women on Colombian Cupid, Mexican Tinder, Colombian, they are waiting for you. She's not only waiting for you, her cousins, her brothers, her boyfriend, they get part of the action too. Terminator T-800, plastic surgery and facelifts will never defeat the wall. Guys, there's two things defeated that is 100% undefeated: death and the wall. Modern women marry the beta male and not the alpha. She wants the full control of everything. She doesn't want a man. She wants a slave and an ATM. I wish more men would know that. If they really understood and could navigate, they could have a great life by understanding ladies. But what does the man do? He lives in fantasy. I was guilty as charged. The Canadian thing is dangerous, giving special powers to a minority. The majority will ask, why not me? Well, in California, you can identify as somebody outside of your biological sex that you were born with. And then if you were in the prison system, you can go to that prison system that identifies with how you feel without even having to prove anything. You just have to say it. We live in a shit world. That's exactly my issue. They push the passport bro on us, but never warn you of the potential consequences. You guys, if you don't even know the culture of Latin America, you could know a couple words. Tengo hambre, donde está la buceta, yo quiero Taco Bell. But if you really understand the culture, you'll understand a lot of things. If you don't understand the culture or literally how to speak, you're screwed. And some woman's going to smile at you and brush her hair back and get your attention. You're going to fall in love. And then you're going to fall in a ditch. Christian Henny says, fun fact, Norway is still trying to blue pill us on Norwegians with horse face Daniels on Trump. That's why you got to be strong physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. You can weather this by not getting in bad situations. I Am John says, hypergamy does not discriminate. It does not matter who you are. It's got you in its sights. It's like Mother Nature. Mother Nature always wins if you try to fight it. California. It's exactly what it is. Yeah, a lot of people are moving, and now I just read today that Gavin Newsom is out trying to make California as a mecca for the Transformers or the people that need to delete embryos. And wow. Clown World for 300 Trebek. Well, Christian says, stay safe and wise. Stay safe and wise. Yes, the mindset of the modern woman equals no matter how you look and no matter how much you weigh, they are a 10. Oh yeah, I was watching this YouTube short at night sometimes, just flipping through it, trying to relax, and there was a gal that was like literally, she was heavy, disgusting. She thought she was a 10, and you know what? It wasn't a joke. She really thought she was a 10. And modern women, they all think they're higher than they are. There's some guys that think they're higher than they are. Jawara's not interested in the ginger pearly. I don't find she's attractive. Can you imagine when she's 40 what she'll look like? Leftists are designed to destroy California. Why? Yeah, listen, there's a reason that number 45 is going through all of the legal issues. He's a dark horse. They don't like what he says. They don't like the fact that he's against wokeness. Clown World for 300 Trebek. Love was easy in my youth. Now, no effing way. At that time, Bolo, it was a different world. As you get older, you realize love is just chemicals, or what you call love or romantic love is just 3 chemicals: oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine. For women, the definition of a grown-up man is a man that says yes to all her needs and complains. Couldn't agree with you more. Potato Joe is the Walking Dead. Well said, Christian. I just watched a new Nick Johnson video on California. It's not looking good. You guys ever watch, what's his name? Jericho Green? I bet Joara watches Jericho. He's the black guy. He's great. Conservative. At 40, she'll look like a prune, says Singletown Bachelor. Maybe 10 tons of potential problems. There you go. Next time they say there are 10s, they say 10 tons of problems and baggage. Never mix booze with women. You'll drink a 3 to a 7 real quick and regret it. Well, you know what they say, David? You go home with a 10 and you wake up with a 2. And vasopressin, there you go. Anna de Armas, man, she was attractive when she did Marilyn. She did the one with Ben Affleck. That was good. Nope, I worked with Latina Thoughts. Second job, old and thirsty. Hypergamy is real, like a fishing pole. There's so many different avenues we can go with this. We can talk about microchimerism. We can talk about why high body counts are not good for men or women. I mean, there's PUAs out there saying that they have like 1,500 body counts. And you look at it and it's like, your whole life is in the pursuit of a woman and the accomplishments you get from a woman. That's not good, guys. Your accomplishment should be, hey, I came out of this situation and improved myself to this extent, and every day I'm getting better. Now, do we fall back on it? Sure. Do we get depressed? Do we get upset? Do we get angry? Do we get triggered by what we went through? Sure. But then we realize and we watch videos and we remember we have a new lens to look at the world. A woman's delusions can blind her from seeing the truth. Yeah. And men too. Men love the fantasy of delusion, or the delusion of fantasy. They think that men think that they can change that 304 into a housewife. Delusion for 300 Trebek. Dating apps are pure scams. She's using a ton of makeup, using filters, so I'm dating a filter and not in that. There you go. I wish more people understood that, Europe. You're not even dealing with that girl's going to show up. She's going to be fugly. Minnesota has gone off the rails. We're a transformer state. Yes, Mr. E. And Minnesota, I love Minneapolis. That was a fun little town. But they're lib as hell now. They're like basically California, the Midwest. She's not getting older, that's for sure, or getting younger. Bull Boom wants to store your gold in his safe. Yeah, if you don't own it, if you don't hold it, you don't own it, right? Women with high body counts can't pair bond and will be in a serious relationship. She will divorce. Yeah. It's not meant for women to have multiple tons of partners. And I don't think it's good for men that have over 20. Maybe over 10. I don't know. Again, if you're seeking high body counts, there's something wrong. Well said, Europe. You cannot pair bond. Those PUA dudes are so mentally broken, they are no better than drug addicts just trying to cover up their own inequalities and inequities. They sure are. She's going to be 34 in 2 years. Wow, I thought she was younger than that. I've been telling guys that having a friend with benefit is acting like a high count woman. A woman that does friends with benefit is a high count woman, 100%. She views a very intimate act as very easy. Hey, we're friends. Let's just throw down. Again, high body count. High body count. But we live in clown world. Clown world says, I can identify as a puppy and get all this money. And I can go get a job in the federal government. It's ridiculous. Europe says the solution for everything is monogamy, but society is against it and pushes polygamy to the max. Absolutely. Guys, the modern day relationships are over. 98% of them. All the makeup in the world will not change their genetics. That would be a great t-shirt. I'm telling you, that right there, that is a great t-shirt. And then put some completely like plastic surgery, big lipped, huge eyelashes gal. Oh, that's great. I'm starting to notice some rumors about Keanu. I don't know much about Keanu. I do like the John Wicks, that's for sure. Joara says buying online, gold online is stupid. I actually bought gold back when Swiss America, 2007. It was $7.50 an ounce, but I bought the special coins that were like 100 years old, so it was like $1,200 a coin. So I did all right. It's taken. I just hit 2,000. We'll see what happens. Timmy, laying it down in Chinatown, says, at the end of the day, the ladies have been programmed to never be happy. Well, Cosmopolitan did an article that said women are happier before the age of 18 and after the age of 85. So that gap, 70, 67 years, they're unhappy. And a woman's magazine did that article. You can look it up. Women unhappy between the ages of 18 to 85. Facts. I wonder what happens next week. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. What's going to be next week? You know, I think eventually they're going to crack down on content creators that don't go with the narrative. If you don't go with the narrative or have a puppy channel, there's something wrong. I meant buying gold at store. Oh, yes, 100%. Modern women are brainwashed. Every woman is a 10. Being a 304 is normal, and treating men badly is normal. Stay single, enjoy your peace, and a big slice of pizza. Man, why does pizza sound good right now? Like a nice Chicago deep dish. That poly attitude will be flushed. Hold the line. Yeah, guys, here's the deal. The wall is real. Aging is real. So when they get to the point where nothing they learn through Oprah and Cosmopolitan work for them, they're going to continue with the delusion that all men are terrible. That's really what it goes. It's better to physically have gold in your hands. What's with the sugar babies? Aren't they high body count? Aren't the men that use them afraid of disease? You know what? That's great you said that, I am John. There's a couple creators that seek sugar babies. It's like, why? You're dipping your salami in a well-ridden subway. Some guy before you was making out with her and has DNA all over his mouth. I mean, I get well said, I am John. I remember I went on a sugar baby site a year ago just to see what was out there. Disgusting. Same women on Tinder. Heavies, uglies, single moms, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Bo is a 10. Look at me. It's just me, or is it creepy on Matrix 3 where Neo getting copied by Agent Smith like Hollywood? Now that's running through. That narrative runs through Hollywood, guys. Thankfully, we do have Rumble and Odyssey. But that's what we deal with. And I'm glad Kid Rock came out. I don't know. Just Google Kid Rock and Budweiser. It's a 59-second clip of what he thinks of Budweiser using a cold piece of metal. Terminator says life should be enjoyed, not simply endured. And that's what I did that video today, which is basically, hey, you know, I've woken up, I've digested the red pill, and it just, what's the meaning anymore? What's the meaning we give to relationships? What's the meaning we give to women? Are we going to allow that meaning to infiltrate every other part of our life? Or are we going to realize, you know, I just accept it. There's nothing I can do about it. We move forward. Tinder is a cesspool. Well said. I read an article in Germany. Modern women are always unhappy because they compare themselves with other married couples. For me, that's called childish behavior. Well, a lot of people compare themselves to other. But I mean, the only person you should compare yourself to is the one staring back at you in the mirror. And most guys don't understand that. We don't care about your goddamn cars. We don't care about degrees. We should only care about what the person in the mirror thinks of us. And that's the quickest way to accept life and to move forward. It's been proven that the uterus holds the DNA of the sperm it has absorbed. It's called microchimerism. Well said, brother. I renegade, male mother need is the issue for most men. Ooh, well said. Well, the divorce in the last 50 years, we have a lot of data about divorce, broken families, fathers, absent fathers, promiscuous mothers. And, you know, does it make any sense that there's a lot of emotionals out there now, I renegade? Rad doesn't look 50. You just got to keep fasting, Jora. Blacks don't look 50 either. You look a heck of a lot younger. That's the thing about blacks. Their skin is perfect. What do they say? Black don't crack? I mean, I saw a 7-year-old black guy working out. He looked like he was 30. A white 7-year-old does not look like that. Well said. Well said, Christian. Modern women don't have options. They have 1,000 matches on dating apps, but 999 men of them only want the sex and no relationship. That's what they don't understand. They get a lot of attention, but how much is that attention going to turn into a relationship? Very little. Women control their legs, men control the relationship. Oh, Christian, yep. Minors are getting on too. Sugar babies are a violation. Besides youth and fertility, what's the point? A used car, full price next. Yeah, it's like a year-old car with 300,000 miles on it. Would you buy a 2022 Toyota Tundra or F4 F-150 that is a year old with 300,000 miles on it? No. I wonder where all the good men have gone. Now they're watching. They're watching it burn. Mr. Hemi is back. Good to see you, brother. Another wrench. I want to build my life up and don't let it be destroyed by a modern woman. I'm better off alone. I see no advantage with. You know, people have asked me, aren't there gals? Sure, there's a 1% to 2%. I'm not a fatalist. But if you're on your purpose, you're not going to be seeking the purpose of building a life around a woman. You want to build something that you want to do. I'm not saying that relationships can't happen, but the reality of them happening and bringing you a return on investment and being something that you're going to pursue long term, people change. People change. But men, we hold on to that fantasy. Oh my gosh, I met her. She was so beautiful. We had such a great time. They think that they can go back. The more chocolate bars and you know vacations they go on, she's going to be back in love with them. Well, that's like saying you quit believing in Santa Claus when you were 12, and then when you were 30, you sang all these Christmas carols to make you believe that Santa was real. And we all know that's not going to work. Yeah, you're definitely, Singletown definitely has lots of clips on these gals. I appreciate that. That's good stuff. Single mothers only want your money. Right? Resources are important to single moms. Provisions and protection. You know, a lot of guys can't afford a lot of child support and alimony because they're barely making it as themselves. Hollywood is dead, 100%. Jonathan Noble's staying safe out there. Yeah, I just commented today, Jawara, on one of his videos, trying to tell guys, stay the hell out. You know how much money I spent and how much the division of assets, 50%, I gave up? And he's saying you could have a wonderful life by just knowing that. Papa Cap's in the house. Tell me where you're from. Mile High says, build something for yourself and invest in yourself. Well said. Men need to find this out. It's okay to do things for you. A rad stream when I'm not working. Results oriented. There you go. Pay yourself first. It's funny you say that. I tell my sons, you know, when you get that paycheck, give yourself 15% of it. Let's say it's $1,000. Give yourself $150. You know, FU money. Go buy a pair of Nikes or whatever, and put the rest in savings. And they're doing great with that. I would agree with that statement, old Christian Henne. Bill Maher's an idiot. Dating apps destroyed everything. Every modern woman got at least 5 men on her phone. You can't compete. You know, even the Chads can't compete, guys. There's more. There's Chad and Tyrones. You know how many Chad and Tyrones there are at the gym? There's tons of them. They're also experiencing. However, they get a better place in the front of the line. That doesn't mean they're the first. That means they get probably in the top 10, top 15. I work with a broad that was complaining about she isn't getting butterflies anymore from her 4-year relationship. I just laughed. Well, I wonder why. Complacency? Contempt? Oh, it's Lee. Hey, Lee. Good to see you, brother. Yeah, Lee's a good dude. Yeah, I think I remember that. Good to have you in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Reach out anytime. I'm in chat and I see women only want to use me physically, and that's it. I want a family and no STDs. Good luck. Good luck. See you later, Polska. Each year, a working man should buy 1 gold bar for investment. Oh, that would be a very smart thing to do. Arvero says a male pep talk is good to have. Podcasts like Conan and the rest are trying to make distractions on the real issue like Rothschilds. There's a narrative at stake. This is when you look through the lens and you look at relationships and marriage and say, you know what, if I get into that, the risks versus the reward, especially in 2023, the risks are much higher than the rewards, especially knowing that you're not married to her. You're married to her, the judge, the commissioner, the popo, the paralegals, the attorneys, the CPS, and all that stuff. It's just not a good deal for men anymore, unfortunately. A false alligator will cost you 20 to 30 in defense, no penalty for the gap. Absolutely. If you're trying to, I got a buddy who's trying to clear his name, 30 grand. It got cleared, 30 grand, all of the hassle, all of the insecurity, all of the anxiety, dealing with that. Is it worth it? You know what's worth it? For men that truly, truly need it? Mustang Ranch in Reno. You get what you pay for, you get a good product, you can feel the intimacy, and you move forward. And it's legal. Thinking about it, guys, Rothschilds are owning private banks. They've been around since the day of time. They go back to the Illuminati. Never live in a woman's house. That's not yours. Well said. Always have your own place and car. Never give your power away. She'll abuse it if you do. This is the problem. Men that move in with women. That is the number one. I am John. That is the number one thing women will hold over. Well, I pay for it. It's my house. You get the hell out. Yeah, you don't want that naggy. I see the narrative, but I don't understand the end game other than total social collapse. I have no idea. The end games have forever changed now with AI and chatbot, GPT. Who knows what the end game is? And then Elon wants to run off to the moon. I mean, who wants to go to the moon? You have to live in a bubble. Married to the financial blank. Yeah. Yeah. If you marry a woman in South America or Asia, you have to pay for her whole family. She wants the full support. Yes, she does. Federal government bank is owned by the Rothschilds and a bunch of other big banks. Once it is important for men to have their own things, your own place, car, and independence, you want to be in a position of power. A woman has to know you can leave anytime. Well, having options for a man is important. Being a needy simp that lives his life based on what she thinks he should be doing is not going to, it's not going to end well. Marriage is a contract where the man signs away the rights to half of all he has ever worked for. If not half, it could be more. And here's the deal. You have to be on purpose. The nice guys are the most dangerous guys in the world. The simps, the beta males that we call, the guys that simp, that pay money to these gals on OnlyFans, he is a very dangerous man. You know why he's dangerous? He has no security on the internal workings of his soul. He seeks only validation and attention from women, and when he doesn't get it, he will explode. And you will see certain scenarios that happen in the news every 6 weeks because of that. Fall 71 is back. Hi, guys. Joined in. Good listening for me over Easter. Good to have you, brother. Been a while. If all of us men took a stand and changed our behavior towards them together, we would have the leverage. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon in Europe, unfortunately. What really scary is that Norway's rumored that they are involved too. Wow. Results oriented. There's nothing wrong with being monk. That's for sure. Monk protects you. Still single because they have a kid or a high body count. Work on yourselves, fellows. We have the power to protect our energy and our meat. Money, energy, attention, and time. Ha! Well, I won't read it, but dang. Last results from my research, there are 4 people who own all the banks. I may be wrong. Yeah, there's like 4 or 5. Rothschilds, Rockefellers, the Queen of England, some other group out there. You know, the royals. It's narrative. Learn skills. Learn how to make a fire with a magnifying glass. Learn to make a fire. Learn to cook water. Learn different ways. Learn to fast. Learn to extend your body's capability so you're not going to freak out if food is delayed by 3 days. You know, learn certain skills. Learn to fix the furnace. Put a furnace filter in. Change one of the igniters, you know, learn how to work on your car. Shocks and struts are easy. Brake jobs are easy. Oil, transmission flushes, easy. Alternators, easy. Starters are easy. The only thing you really can't do is, I wouldn't mess with the head and jumping in, but you could put a valve cover gasket on. It might take a couple hours. And you can't really deal with tires and balancing them because you need a shop for that. But learn skills. Learn skills. Learn how to patch walls. Learn how to fix a dryer. My dryer just broke. I bought a kit on eBay. $28 at four of the different parts. At a high limit sensor, low limit, thermal fuse, and a heating element. I put them all in and fixed it. $28. $75 or $90 just to get a guy out to fix, just to come and look at it. So learn skills. That's how you make it. And learn to enjoy things. Get off your ass, get out, ride a bike, walk, hike, rappel down to a waterfall, learn to ski. Behind every successful man is absence of a bad relationship. You might be right. Something's going on in the middle in Europe that's causing all of this, guys. A distraction is happening right now. I can make a fire with water-filled Ziploc bag. There you go, brother. I Am John says Germany in the 80s was like Disneyland for men. There you go. Ghost Pirate, Sloan of Lachlan, good to see you. It's summer tire time. Just put some new tires on my son's car. Most important, learn to ignore women for 3 million Trebek. If men really understood how they can get a woman, ignore them. They'll come to you. Do as you do, brothers. I'm saying never show a woman the castle. Refuse to acknowledge Ghost Nation is a thing. Just like Hammer says, ghost. Learn to enjoy yourself alone. Well said. Look, and I'm not anti, if you find a 1% to 2%, great. Again, live by the tenets. No marriage, no cohabitation, no kids. She pays for her own stuff. You pay for your own stuff. If you travel, you do it and you split the cost. You know, it's okay to buy them dinner or whatnot, and keep the emotions out of it. I have a $50 tire mounting rig and a $40. Wow. Harbor Freight has that? Interesting. Yeah, it's see, I got the tires and then I put them on, it was $100 $25 a tire to balance, take the old ones off, put the new ones off. I mean, but still, that's a good deal. I didn't know they had that. Interesting. I've seen people do it online where they break the bead. Seems like a lot of work. Sometimes I'm like, it makes more sense for the shop to do it. I love women, but no marriage. Ask Rad if it's not. You don't want to deal with family court. If I can give any word of advice from these 50 years I've been on this earth, stay the hell out of family court. And the only way to stay out of family court is to not put yourself in family court, which is no marriage, no cohabitation, no kids. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Ghost Pirate, having that stuff. I had no idea Harbor Freight has everything. Happy wife, happy life. Well, there you go, guys. This is Clown World. Just want to jump on tonight and say hello and, push you guys and push everybody to remember that life can move forward. We have to allow it. I fixed my washer 15 years ago with a $5 plastic gear I bought on Amazon. There you go. Was it that coupler? I remember fixing the washer. I had to put a coupler in whatever. They're very basic deals. I mean, the refrigerator has its own issues. I wouldn't mess with that. If you need to put a new compressor in a refrigerator, yeah, we're dealing with Freon. I don't know about that, but you could fix a water filter. You could fix a bunch of things, some tubing. You can change out I'm working on a broken ice machine. I got a new motor for it, but now I think it's the water inlet valve because it's not, but a lot of these things you can learn. I mean, there's a guy, I remember there's a guy here that, just Google Kid Rock Budweiser. That's all you got to do. Thanks, David. I knew a guy that would buy washers and dryers that were broken, like a set, like a Maytag, 10 years old. And what they typically do is they scrap them. But you can go down like Best Buy. They have these huge collection units in Best Buy, where people buy, and then they get rid of the old. They come and they remove your washer and dryer for $20. They take it down to this recycling place. You can go down to the recycling place. They have them in all cities. And you can buy a set for $15, a washer, they're broken. You have no idea, but they're not, you just don't deal with front loaders. You deal with the old school, the top lifting, where you lift the top up for both, and then the dryer, old school dryer. $20 to fix any dryer. Those are the parts. And then for the washing machine, it's not hard either. And anyway, these guys would go down and buy good stuff. Greeting from Afghanistan. Just changed my differential on my FJ Cruiser. Good to see you, Mehdi. It's been a while. But anyhow, they would sell these, then they go and fix them for $20, and then they'd sell them for $250 a set. They do it all day long, four or five times a week, making extra cash under the table, $1,200, $1,500. Oh, I do like green tea. I do like green tea, my brother. You got to check the video out. Just look at Kid Rock Budweiser. Good to see everybody out here. What's my thought on FedEx? Well, it's not federal. I don't know. I don't have any thoughts. Nothing makes a woman angry and hurt than knowing a man they left is better without them. Karma's an interesting thing. But you guys have been great. Remember, have a great night. And stay out of the woke. Rebel against defeat, chase excellence, masculinity, men first.